So we are moving into the fourth house, right? So we talked a little bit about the third house yesterday and that idea of circulation, and there was energy, light coming into relationships, light and blessings coming into our sort of local community, our local environment, maybe seeing things a little bit differently that we hadn't seen before, or even making new connections that we hadn't made before. And then also highlighting the connections of the mind, right? So Mercury and Gemini, that third house, being very sort of analytical and practical and mental, and Jupiter moving through to create some space in those thoughts that we're so used to having, and expanding our potential for consciousness, essentially, right? Our ability to see things from a new perspective, an ability to reshape ourselves even, or even to grasp the possibility that we can reshape ourselves because our mental mind is getting slightly repatterned, or at least the opportunity is there for that to happen. So then we move into this fourth house, which is the sign of Cancer, the original house of Cancer, ruled by the moon. And it is also a water house, and it's the first of the water houses, right? And we're moving into the waters here. So we can look at the zodiacal wheel, so we just have an understanding of where we started, right? This Aries first house, right? That inner knowing, right? The value systems, right? Communication, community, repatterning the mind, and then moving into this fourth house, which is really the house of the home, and it's the place of the home. And we talked a little bit about opposition in the chart, right? So the opposite is here, Capricorn, which is the house of work, and it's on the upper side of this chart, so it's much more involved in like the outer world, right? The external world versus the internal world. And this being the first of the waters, right? It's a very internalized type of environment. And Jupiter coming through, and what we'll read about in just a moment, Jupiter coming through this house is essentially giving us permission to stay home, giving us permission to expand our home, to purchase a home, to put down roots if that's what we're feeling ready for, but really to embrace self-care and self-nurturing. And if we have to be out in the world, it's going to bless us to be out in the world. But if we don't have to be out in the world, this is really our time to go a bit more inward. And whenever we're working with the waters, we want to think of cleansing, we want to think of healing, right? And so there's a lot of light coming into this house for that to happen, right? And to raise the vibration of harmony in our home life, or even where we come from. And yeah, to experience a bit more harmony and a bit more health there. So we're going to go right into the reading because we don't have anyone in the group that has this in their chart, but we do have a few of you that are in the fifth house, so perhaps last year some of this will make sense, that maybe you experienced this last year. So Jupiter in the fourth house. This is a time when you will seek inner peace and security. The fourth house is the house of all aspects of your innermost life. Your home, your personal life, your family, your past, and your innermost sense of self. Jupiter here will help you improve all of these areas of your life. On an external level, you may express this transit by purchasing real estate or a new home. Land and houses are an external symbol of the desire for a stable inner world. Or you may expand, redecorate, or otherwise improve your present home, thereby increasing its value. This is quite a good time to invest in real estate, even if you are not planning to live there. This transit supports your domestic life, and during this period, one or another domestic problem should be cleared up, usually because something new comes to light that helps you straighten things out. You feel generous and open to your family. And remember, we're coming from that third house, right, where it's highlighting all of the sort of familial relationships and already beginning to breathe some harmony into those relationships. You feel generous and open to your family, and they respond to you in the same way. If you have any problems at all during this time, your family is where you should turn for solace. They will be able to help you. Your relationship with your parents is also good, and they may be a source of benefit to you in some way. There are times in your life when you have no choice but to go out into the world and forge ahead. At this time, however, you have a choice. If you wish to go out into the world, your personal life will not cause problems that distract you from your quest. But it might be even better to concentrate your energies on your personal life rather than making a great effort to get ahead in the world. Now is a time when you can make your home, family, and personal life more secure than ever and guarantee that it will always be a source of support and comfort. This is the time to put down roots if you are ever going to. You will find that having a real sense of belonging to a place, a community, and family will help prevent many psychological crises when circumstances get rough in the future. If you handle this transit properly, you are not likely to ever feel alone, lost, or alienated. Security in life is a real need, and now is a time when you can do a great deal to gain it. At the most psychological level, this transit helps to increase your sense of inner confidence. You are more in touch with your inner self now than at most times, and you are able to handle truths about yourself that you are normally reluctant to face, thereby preventing them from becoming a problem in the future. What you know you are is seldom a problem. The difficulties stem from what you are afraid that you are. So let's just take a deep breath in and a deeper breath out, and just kind of allow that to land, right? Even if Jupiter for us is not transiting that house, we all have a fourth house, and we all have a physical home, our bodies, and then we have this externalized physical home, which is where we live in the world. And you can even just take a moment to consider how you're feeling in your home, and if it feels that it's supporting you. You can recall upon a time when you lived in a home that felt truly supportive and truly in alignment, and what that gave you as far as inner confidence, health, well-being, abundance. And just taking a moment to breathe that through the system. Inhaling and exhale. Breathing in deep and breathing out.